number. It's just a little game, a bit of play that we do. A number between 1 and 430 out of the Your Insight and Awareness book.
Okay, well, I like the page 17.
Right, 17.
And could I have paragraph 5 and 6?
You certainly can. All right, so I'm just going to read this out. Okay, I will read it out again for you if you need to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you are an expression of all the different aspects of your soul. You just have to trust yourself to acknowledge the truth you feel and then honestly explore truth. You are experiencing all your soul requires to explore the opportunity for your own resolution and evolution. Whenever you try to fix your unresolved emotions, you are actually exposing what you want resolution of. Your honesty and your trust in the uniqueness of your experiences will allow you to understand what you are exposing to yourself. Your desire for control stifles your freedom to explore the truth of your own unresolved emotions and the truth of your significance, uniqueness, independence, and individuality as a soul. Resolution is the choice to be truthfully honest, which at times is easier to say than do. However, your willingness to explore truth will allow you the freedom to experience your truthfulness, exposing you to what you resonate with. That's a lot to get your head around.
It is indeed. However, I found the part that said fix your emotions trying to fix your emotions exposes what I came here to work on. Could you just read that little bit again?
Yeah, I can. Whenever you are trying to fix your unresolved emotions, you are actually exposing what you want resolution of. Because it's an ongoing journey. There's never a completion point. Do you know what I mean? You'll always find something that needs resolving, addressing. But I think what happens is that what we do is we try to work out how to fix ourselves and how to tell ourselves we're fixed, job done, complete. And that probably causes to ignore some things at times, I suppose. Whereas when we look at it from, here's an opportunity and this is what my soul wants to do, we participate in the resolution process.
I'm just finding it fascinating because it's been a real evolution for me to move from trying to fix others.
Okay, yeah.
Always trying to fix others. And that is a really good place to go when you don't want to fix yourself.
That's a very good point.
So for me, it's and also, I've shifted in the last year from coming from my mind with everything that I do and trying to learn, trying to understand. And for me, it's like I really need to unlearn now, Lorraine. I really need to unlearn from all these dysfunctional learnings that I was taught right from birth, from dysfunctional society, dysfunctional families. And one of those things that I learned was that I have to fix things.
Yes.
And I don't have to fix things. What I have to do is just feel into. So I kind of ignore my mind now that wants to learn and work everything out and make things matter. And I'm moving into more allowing myself to really feel to the depth of what's presenting rather than trying to change it or sweep it under or understand it. Just feel it, from my heart. And that's working for me at the moment because it is giving me that freedom to explore myself and my emotions, whereas before I was always trying to avoid them.
Yeah. I think the reality is that when we are willing to understand ourselves, that actually gives us permission to feel and to be present and then to acknowledge what we are feeling and then give ourselves options. When we're trying to fix it, every time we identify something we judge as wrong or in my way or a problem, then the panic starts. I haven't healed this, I haven't done this, I got, this is still a problem. Whereas, for me, it's like when you come at it from, I'm prepared to understand myself, I'm prepared to take responsibility for myself. So that allows me to be present, and not every thought needs chasing. Yeah.
And I think that identification for me is super important, because I'm trained to identify everything according to judgment.
Yes.
And I'm trying not to have opinions and judgments and perceptions about anything. I'm just trying to be curious and present with, and just feeling what is presenting and what is here for me and what's coming up for me, rather than being any way concerned about what's happening for the other person.
Well, I think there's a little line, and this is going to sound like I'm playing with the words, but judgment ends up having a negative overtone. Like we're using it through that filter of, am I superior? Am I inferior? Is this going to get me what I want? Is it not? So there's a duality in our judgment. Awareness is an acceptance of what we are aware of. We can't always say that we're aware of all of reality or even all of ourselves at any given present moment. But what I am aware of, I'll acknowledge. And that, if we can come at that without negative self-judgment, then you've actually got an opportunity to create options, give yourself options instead of just jumping on the roller coaster ride and going for it. And when you do find yourself on the roller coaster, someone said to me the other day, "You back on that roller coaster," which was using my own words against me, which I thought was really funny. But I was, like I actually was. And I was like, okay, now's the time to have a choice. Do you want to do this, or do you want to alter what you're doing so you can create a new path? Otherwise, you'll go back to the indoctrinated path that you've got, which you can indoctrinate yourself to these paths. So you can break them down and then just go. And then I was like, no, I don't want to play with that energy. I don't want to be sitting in there. And didn't put a judgment or a blame on it. Just went, no, game over, and move on. But you can do that when you understand yourself. When you don't, when you're first starting, that is very difficult to do, because your emotions are, as you would know, they can come in there and they can take over.
And they're not meant to be on the throne in your life.
Yeah, that's a good statement. Not meant to be on the throne in your life. I like that. Yeah, because that's what we do.
For me, they're just a signal box to stop and have a look at what's going on, in a deeper way, from the heart rather than the head.
Yeah.
And we're so trained to come from our head in everything, to find meaning in. And if we can if we can really give ourselves permission to use our emotions properly and feel into things and let it lead us into our heart and our determination, rather than making decisions with our mind about what we're going to do about it, because our mind is hell-bent on keeping us separate from our authentic, truthful selves, the expression of the aspects of our soul, as you mentioned in your reading.
Yeah.
And so the heart is the only thing that can lead us to that expression.
Well, that's right, because a lot of the time we're just making decisions from our history. So we can't move forward into something new if we're using our history as a decision-making tool. We've got to be aware of our history, because there's a lot of learning that we extract from it, but it shouldn't be the governing body.
That's it. That's exactly it. And we're really here for self-mastery,
Yeah.
So and the really interesting part of this for me is that verse 5 and 6 adds up to 11, which is self-mastery.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, on that note, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank you for coming in and talking to me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Lorraine. I've really enjoyed it too. And congratulations on what you're doing and putting this out there for the world. It's really inspirational.
Well, do you know what? I'm having a lot of fun.
That's the main thing.
It is. I actually am really enjoying meeting all these different people and seeing what everyone's up to. Definitely a lot of fun for my end.
Beautiful.